So, good morning from day 2 of the Pembrey race meeting. Weather's still nice and warm, little tiny bit of cloud that's just giving us a break from the sun. Got my hoodie on with the hoodie up against the back of my neck, since I burnt that yesterday, stood here with the sun behind me. In true British spirit, I put the suntan lotion on after I got burnt, so I should be alright today. We just got a recovery vehicle out, just holding us up a little bit, picking up one of the paraders that was out first this morning. But there's, if anything, quite considerable drop in the breeze today, so less assistance down the straights where it was behind you and less resistance up, so there's a few people close to catching lap time records, so may see a few of those go today if the weather stays the way it is. I think I can hear the scooters just going out on the circuit. There we go. So like I say, Super's out first. Nice early start, so we should get through the whole programme in reasonable time today, barring any mishaps. So we've got a couple of changes in this one for riders on scooters. Gary Smith, I believe, is riding his 4E instead of his Group 6, and his teammate and friend Gav Gray will be out on the number 6 with number 73 on it. AD is riding his 4E, not the Group 6 today, so he's out on number 35, the blue and white one rather than the green and white one. Jimmy is out on scoring points on Drew Duncan's green and red Lambretta, the DSC number 11, which is now support wearing number 37. I think that's us up to full speed of the changes. We've got the green light to go off on the warm-up lap. So out of Hatchett's hairpin, coming round into the centre S's. Safely off and away. Coming round to form upon the grid just behind the buildings there. Tried a few different spots, and this one we get to see more of the track than anywhere else, with having probably at least a third of the start finish straight, Hatchett's, centre S's, the corners that I have. Keep forgetting what they're called, and then we can just catch them going past on the straight up there just before Honda, so we can keep track better of what's going on through the field. We get the lights into view. Scooters are forming up on the grid, ready for the race start. So just waiting on the lights. There they go. And they're off. Very short, light hold, that one. He's got the jump. Looks like Dave Bristow and Damon Yates again. Then John. Oh, red flag. Session suspended. Marshals are waving them through. So I did see Scott Thompson at the back leaving that. So whether there was a stall on the line, and for safety reasons, after they have a start line incident yesterday, they just red flagged it straight away just to make sure no one got clipped. Adi had a coming together on the warm-up lap from straight off the start with Jimmy yesterday. Everyone's okay, but it did cause a little bit of havoc. So probably just being cautious and making sure. So I'm presuming they will now come around, maybe form up on the grid, unless someone dropped fluids on the start finish straight. I can't see any marshals scooting about, so I'm thinking the scooters are going to come back, form up again, and maybe do another warm-up lap. Although we have got the recovery vehicle, but he may be just going back into position. The scooters are going down the start finish straight, as if they're forming back up on the grid. Yeah, the suspension light's gone off, but it says session suspended. They actually put all the start light grid on red so that you can see it's a red flag situation. They've gone off as well, so I think we shall be doing another warm-up lap now. Yeah, the recovery van stayed where he is, so it looks like everything's clear, and it was just one or two people stalled on the line and decided to hold and go again. I think that's race start. I didn't see the lights, but I was looking around for other information, but we'll be able to tell when they come round how much battling's going on. I think that's the race start. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, Gary's going well around the outside there. Got Damon in his sights for the 6A battle on the autos. Lining him up, he's right on his rear wheel. Everyone through and away safely this time. So we're on lap 1. Back up there to see where it is. I think Dave Bristow was out in the lead. John always struggles a little bit off the line, but soon catches up. Yeah, John's just behind Dave, so I wouldn't be surprised if down the start finish straight we don't see John past Dave Bristow for the overall lead. No, he's still behind Dave. It's closing in, coming down to Hatchett's hairpin, goes around the outside of Dave into the lead. So your race leader is now... Dave's not giving up on that one though, is he? And then Jim's not far behind on his Group 6 DSC machine as well. That's good to see. Morning, Jimmy. Gary's still on the tail of Damon Yates from 6A, but obviously the Galera runner's bigger CC, bigger brake horsepower. Gary's a lighter bike, lighter rider, but overall the Warren Wilkinson Group 6A Galera runner has got the legs on him to get away, so Gary will just be looking to take advantage of any mistakes that are made. Looks like John's still in the lead, but not by much. Come across the line, and he is starting to break him now. And then Jimmy's got past Dave Bristow. Dave tries to catch him on the brakes, but Jimmy's on the tarmac he wants to be on, so Dave was no way past, but he's just got passed through there coming out. So as they come into the S's, I think Dave Bristow will be back in second place. He is. Jimmy's strong through the centre S's though. He had a great tussle through here yesterday with Jimmy getting up the inside of Dave. Dave's taking a tight line to make sure he doesn't give him that chance, but Jimmy's looking around the outside. Dave just puts back in front of him. Oh, Gary Robinson's right on the back of Damon Yates now. He's got the hunger for this one, because you can see him. There was a bit of gap between them yesterday, and it was almost like no matter what Gary did, he wouldn't be able to get there for the 6A win, but he's right on the back of Damon Yates in this one. Ady's going fairly steady after his 2 bumps off yesterday, but just building the confidence back up. Everyone wants to get through the day nice and cleanly, to get home in one piece. Rod Shipley. Morning Harry, morning Ian. Sorry, a lot on, trying to read comments, film it, watch the action, pass my phone, try and give you as much detail as I can as to what's going on. So John coming now, building his lead up. Got more or less the centre S's in front. Dave's still in front of Jimmy. Gapped him a little bit. But don't be surprised if Jimmy catches him back up. He says he's good through there. He's looking for the inside, but no, Dave's managed to hold him. Gary's still on the back of Damon. Able to probably use the slipstream on Damon. When I say Damon's a big lad, I don't mean he's a chubber, he's just tall and stocky. So Gary on his little zip, able to tuck in behind him and take advantage of the slipstream. So back we've got Gary Smith being chased down by Cale Stevens. Then Dave Can on the Group 5 fresh build straight out this weekend. First time out on track. It's good to see it circulating and making progress. Michael Lester's posting, and there is a strange noise coming from there. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pulling off. Sounds like a flywheel catching on a cowl or something like that. There's Rod Shipley just about to get a quick visitation from John the Greek. And it's Dave Bristow, and he's starting to gap Jimmy now. Talking to Dave before he went out, he said, I'm just going to bed myself in, make sure I win the Group 5 and not worry about much else, but he seems to be on fire again. Once the visor goes down, the lights go out, you're left with whichever mental state your brain picks. And it looks like we're back to flat out. And John Holt going through in front of Graham on the Group 5 DSC machine. It's Graham. AD. Tentative but not slow, just like I say, he's building his confidence back up. Then Gary Smith going through. Gav Gray on his old Group 6 is borrowed back off Gary for this one. Cale tucked in, knee out. Great riding position. Good to see what he can do when he gets his Group 5. John comes back in the lead again. Exhaust is starting to sound a little bit louder than before, I think. Hopefully it'll last the race. Dave Bristow still creeping away a little bit from Jimmy. So Gary Robinson also just a couple of extra bike lengths. But that, Rod's really helped him out there. Gary's right back on the rear wheel of Damon again now. They just both came across Rod going around that left-hander. Damon got balked a bit and Gary read the situation better. It's Graham now in the Group 5, chasing down the Group 6 of John Holt. That could turn out into a nice little tussle. He's starting to build up speed bit by bit now. Then we've got Gary Smith and Gav Gray. Ironically, Gary out in front on his 4E with his Group 6 machine behind him. His tail going through, and it's John the Greek already. Look back. Yeah, Dave's maintaining that gap now to Jimmy. Much as he did yesterday on the stock scooters, scrapping with Jimmy, just trying to break him. Look at Gary's really having this. He's tighter line, maintaining greater corner speed, looking for that opportunity. He's up the inside. Can he get it done? A shoulder to shoulder. No, Damon's just able to power out of that corner and keep the position. But Gary is absolutely wanting this one. I'll be amazed if he don't find a way through at some point. John Holt's still been able to stay in front of Graham Tatton. Considerable difference in brake horsepower between the Group 6 and Group 5 Lambrettas. They're only 150cc Group 5. Maybe looking nice and smooth, probably getting a bit more relaxed now. John comes through. Exhaust doesn't sound to got any worse. Right, looks like Rod's pulled in with a possible mechanical, so they've got a yellow flag out. Which means no overtaking, which is unfortunate for Jimmy because this is exactly where he likes to make an overtake. Hopefully it's green again by the time he gets down there. But Dave just snakes back in front of him, keeps the position, but Jimmy's right on his tail. Gary's dropped back again now. We'll be hoping for more traffic in order to try and find a way past Damon. He's riding the wheels off that Group 6A Zip. And young Frank's had handling issues, and you can see it there. He says the back's just pushing the front, the whole bike snaking from side to side, handlebars shaking. Trouble with the rear shock. Not been able to get it set right. It seems to be more of a fault with the shock absorber itself rather than the ability to set it right. Rare sight. John the Greek about to lap 80. Gav's now creeping up on Gary, but they're about to get interfered with by Dave Bristow and Jimmy Mack flying around the race position. Looks like Dave's chose the outside. Will Jimmy go inside? Dave's gone round the outside of both of them. Jimmy's got stuck a little bit, so that should give he's managed to get past them by the next right-hander. Gary screams through again, chasing Damon. You just watch the scoop stop, especially when he's coming out of this one and he goes back on the power. The whole bike just starts snaking from side to side. Fighting it the whole way round, but still maintaining good speed and position. John Holt's now starting to break away from Graham. Could just be the extra power that he's got, or it could be the fact that they came across traffic. It's like John realises he's that far in front, he's happy to give AD a bit of a tow. He'll tap the back and said, follow me. It always makes me laugh when John comes past you and taps the back as if to say, follow me. If only it was that simple, John. Really? looks like Jimmy's right on the rear of Dave Bristow again. And then we've got Hale, teammate to Gary. Gary's just had to roll off a little bit there, which has given Damon a break. That's a shame. So young Frank's starting to be caught by Dave Can. Not sure whether there's a lap in it on that one, whether he's been lapped. Alright, looks like from Wendy's screaming, it looks like Jimmy may just have beaten Dave Bristow across the line. For your winner and race leader is John the Greek. He's obviously slowed down, let AD get his extra lap in. So as they come back in now, that's the end of the first supers. I will catch up on that and confirm that, but I am presuming with Wendy's excitement that Jimmy's got very close to him, if not past him, across the line. But I'll confirm that on the next stock race when we get started. So that's it for the first race today. Still got 3 more, 2 stock and 1 more super. So tune in for more great action from Pembrey, and we shall see you soon.